Mitch, when Max has moved to the middle, what have you noticed about his game? What makes him a good guy to fit in there when you need a guy?
Well, I think he's done a great job in the faceoff dot. Very reliable down low, plays hard, battles hard. He doesn't cheat for the offensive side of the puck either. So I think he's a good option down there. Can move very well, like I said, and battles hard.
Mitch, what's the importance of having multiple guys who can play either center or wing on this team?
Yeah, it's very important. I mean, throughout obviously 82 games, a lot of stuff happens, a lot of stuff goes down. So to be able to fill those roles, it's not an easy task to do, but I think we have a lot of guys that can fill that role real easy and, play really any spot in the lineup, which is very important going down the stretch.
What have your impressions been of Brant Clark? I know you guys are both Don Mills Flyers alumnus, but beyond that, what have your impressions been of him so far?
Yeah, I haven't honestly watched much from the NHL, but obviously knew he was a hell of a player in junior and did some amazing things there in the OHL. So, a guy that can move the puck very well, can move his feet very well, makes heads-up plays. So, got to try to rush him, make it uncomfortable for him.
How do you like the mix with Austin there on the PK?
Yeah, it's been great. We did a little bit last year. Obviously, we talked a lot throughout last year, just trying to figure out, just communication-wise. That's the most important thing I always think of when we go out there together is just communicating to one another, especially when pucks get into battles on the wall or anything like that, and we can get first touch on it. I think we've done a really good job of communicating to one another that one of us is going to be in one spot and one of us is going to be in the other, and just trying to, make an easy play to get the puck down 200 feet. And I think we've done a good job of it. And at the same time, I don't think we're cheating for the offensive side of it. We're not trying to go down and score goals. So we're trying to get the kill first and foremost, and that's the most important part.
What's impressed you the most about how Stolarz has started the season?
I think just his calmness and, getting thrown into the fire right away. He's done a great job of it. He's been awesome in the locker room. It's just been really great to see him kind of take that role and, thrive in it.
What's the process look like for you guys on the power play now as you're trying to work through the early season here?
Just stay patient with it. Obviously, it's a long season, like I spoke about. Stuff doesn't always go your way at the very start of it. You got to find ways through, adversity at the start, and it hasn't gone our way on the power play. I think the last couple games it's slowly gotten better. Just puck movement wise, being in the right positions. Something we do talk about is needing to get more pucks around that net, create more of a shot mentality, and we'll try to do that going forward, but at the same time still try to make those plays and use our skill out there.
What sort of growth have you seen from Nyes? I know it's early, but comes in 10 pounds stronger. What have you noticed about him early on here?
Well, yeah, he's obviously a beast. He's a big fella. I think he's really just, done an unbelievable job in that role that he's been put in. It is sometimes, I don't think, easy for a guy to come out of college and he's got those unbelievable skills that can do one-on-one things. And obviously sometimes we're playing with Austin and I, it's a lot of times that we want the puck in our hands to try to make plays. And he's done an unreal job of just being around that net, being down low, winning his one-on-one battles, getting pucks back for us, and getting right back to the net. And when he's needed to, make those plays. And he's done a great job of it. He's been rewarded for it, and that's what you love to see too.
Hasn't started the way Timothy Liljegren wanted this season. What have you noticed about how he's kind of handled things heading into his season debut tonight?
Yeah, I'm excited to watch him. Obviously Timmy's been here a long time. He's a guy that's same kind of way, always calm, cool, and collected. And that's something you love to see out of him. I don't think he's taken this as great as you can. Obviously, every guy wants to be in the lineup as much as you can every single night. I think he's done a good job of just working extremely hard in the gym, on the ice, of just trying to get better and better to, when he does get this opportunity to be at his best. So I'm excited to watch him tonight. He can make some awesome plays. He's done a good job defending recently, and excited to watch him tonight.
What's the biggest thing you've learned about Max Pacioretty since he's been with the team?
I think, just the cool thing, the 5 kids, watches every single hockey practice, every single hockey game that his kids have, which is, I think just a phenomenal thing, a phenomenal dad. Wants to be engaged in his kids even though they're not here. So we talk about his kids quite a bit, about how they're doing in hockey and showing me clips and stuff like that, which is a lot of fun, but just a great team guy. Just really comes in with a steady pace, has done some great things on the ice for us, and off the ice has been an awesome guy just to talk to and try to relate to.
How's Nylander looking for you guys tonight?
He'll be a game time decision, yeah. So see how the day goes for him. I think there's improvement. So hopefully he's better later and able to play.
You had to navigate that game Saturday without Tavares. What's your feel of the center depth you have? How do you assess that?
Well, it's important for sure, right? I think, we have pieces where, guys can go in the middle. Domi, Willie I used last game in the middle. You got Camphor, you got Holmberg, obviously Austin when Johnny T was out. So it's an important spot, and it's good to have that depth.
What did you like from what you saw from Domi when you've had him in the middle? So
Well, he was moving really well. I think he moves a lot better in the middle, I would say, and moving his feet, and he's a very good playmaker. So when he gets open ice and gets some speed going, he can really skate. He's dangerous. He can make plays. And saying that, he should shoot more. He had a couple opportunities, and he passed up on some shots. So it's we're trying to get him to shoot a little bit more on his opportunities.
How do you convince the guy to do that, though? Because that's been a refrain.
Well, it's a habit, right? And habits take time to break, and it's just about constant reminders. And and I think in practice it's important that he's probably overshooting at times and just trying to get out of those habits.
What's the biggest challenge the Kings present?
They're heavy, big team, strong down low in the offensive zone. They play a different style than they have in the past. They're a lot more on the go now, and they got some very good players over there with their leader, Kopitar. Fiala's dangerous. They're good in the power play. Scored 3 the other night, I think, against Ottawa. So we got to be disciplined, but they're a big, heavy team. It's anytime you play the Kings, and this has been for years now. It's just it's going to be a battle. We got to win the battles. We got to be strong at our net front. Puck battles are important tonight. So that's all important stuff.
What stood out most to you about Kopitar facing him so much in the West?
Yeah, just a great two-way player. I mean, it seems like game in and game out, he's the same, he's the same all the time. Great defensively, obviously, size, and not overly fast, but fast enough and real strong with the puck, and has the ability to finish and make plays. I mean, he's just a very good all-around player. He's in every key situation for them for years.
it hasn't come together for Liljegren, obviously, to start the season, but what intrigues you about his skill set, and if he gets up to speed,
Well,
what can he do?
he has ability, right? Skating, moving the puck, and things like that. And he should be a good puck mover. And it's just about him managing his game and managing his puck movement and making good decisions with it, not risky ones, and simple. Just simplify. And then you got to win your battles, right? As a defenseman, it's important that you're defending well and you're strong at your net front and you're winning those board battles and corner battles and things like that. He's got to do that.
What's impressed you the most about Stolars to start this year?
I don't know. I mean, I've known him for a while, had him in Philly. This year, I think, he's calm and cool in net. He's making the saves that he's supposed to, and looks pretty comfortable in net and tracking pucks well. But we're doing a good job in front of him too, which is good. We need to, and it's kind of a combination that works, both ways with a goalie and how you're defending in front of him.
Because you knew him in Philly, were you kind of pushing Brad to take a run at him?
No, I mean, I think he was on the radar chart, from the get-go. He's a guy that's been around for a while now. He obviously had a real good year last year in Florida with his numbers, and I think he played 29 games, I think it was, or something. So he's a veteran that's been around and has been pretty successful.
How did you get any report on Wool yet? Too soon to say how you reacted?
Yeah, I haven't talked to the trainers yet, so it was good he's out there again today.
In your experience as Stanley Cup winning guys that came over from Florida, do you notice that they can have an additional impact in the room or on the ice and what you're trying to do?
Yeah, definitely. I think anytime you have people around, players that have won, they know what it takes. They know what all went into it. There's a lot that goes into it. And they can provide that feedback and situations throughout the season and what's going on, whether it's to a coach or to the players. And, so like I said, they've done it and they went through that battle, that it's a battle, right? And it takes a lot to be able to do it, and they've done it.
In the second week of the season, what have you liked so much about what you've seen from the group so far?
Intensity. I think we're playing to what Chief wants us to play. Obviously, as the games go on, we get even more confident with the system, and I'm just happy how everyone's competing, blocking shots, being heavy, and got to keep doing that.
What was it like? Season opener, home opener? What's the experience been like starting the year here?
Oh, it was awesome. It was electrifying. Going out there with the fans, and it was awesome.
What will you remember most? I guess first home opener the other night.
Just maybe the white towels, or I don't know. It was just electric. It was like a playoff game for our first game of the season, or at home. So I'm excited about that.
How have you felt about your game? I know the puck hasn't gone in
Yeah.
yet, but Craig seems pretty pleased with what he's seen.
Yeah, I'm happy with my game. Obviously, that'll come in due time. I think I'm focused on, sticking to his system, sticking to playing hard in the process of, producing, and I'm just happy with my effort, and that stuff will come.
You've drawn quite a few penalties.
Yep.
Like, is that an area of the game you think with the way you play that can be an asset for you?
Maybe. I mean, I'm trying to get to the net like he wants us to, and obviously a few of them were driving the net. And I think just, again, his style of play, how he wants us to play, is getting to the net, playing hard. I think he'll drop penalties naturally like that.
When Domi's played in the middle, what have you noticed about him?
I mean, he can play anywhere. He's such a good playmaker, a good player. And, the thing with him, he's so versatile on the wing and the center spot. So, obviously, I'm Max. He's a very talented playmaking player.
I don't know if it's sneaky or underrated anymore because we see it so often. But how good is he at just finding you with maybe passes you wouldn't always expect?
Domes?
Yeah.
Oh, he's unbelievable. I think he's such a, he has a really good shot too. He's a pass first guy, and he can just find guys anywhere. I think when the puck's on his stick, it's a high chance it's going to get on your stick whether he's the guy on you or not.
What approach on the power play tonight?
I think keeping it simple. I think we need more shots on net. I think we just need to, they're hard pressing PK, and we got to match that with our intensity and getting shots to net and penetrating when they're vulnerable.
What have you noticed about Timothy? It hasn't been the greatest start for him, Liljegren, and he's going to get his chance tonight. What's stood out about how he's kind of handling everything?
Oh, he's great. I mean, he's a great player, great guy. I think obviously, I've been in the same situation of being out of the lineup too before, so he's handling it great. I'm excited for him to get back in the lineup. I'm sure he's excited as well.
Does Kelly kid, do these Kings games get you amped up? I know you've played them before, but is this kind of a fun?
A little bit. I mean, the Kings always like my hometown team. It's like a Toronto kid with the Leafs. It's more being in LA that I really get excited because family, but I'm still excited. Any game, honestly.
Right.
What approach do you have to take against a team that gave up 7 goals in their last game?
Well, I think, obviously they're not going to have that mentality come in. They're going to be very heavily defensively. I think just simple. You got to simplify our game, play hard, things open up for us.
Looks like you'll play with John tonight.
Yeah.
What's your sense of him coming off the illness? He's lost some weight. Probably hasn't been the easiest last week, but
Yeah.
what are you picking up from him?
I mean, he's been battling for a few days. I know he's going to give his best effort out there. It's good to have him back in the lineup, and he's going to do everything he can to be ready for tonight.
He's a great goalie. I think everyone knows that. Big body, moves really well, super athletic, awesome teammate. Me and him go way back to junior, so obviously I know what he's capable of, and he's showing everyone else right now.
What is your biggest memory of him from your London days?
We won a lot together, so that's probably the main thing. But he's a heck of a goalie, and like I said, even better teammate. So we're very fortunate and lucky to have him.
Max Pacioretty was saying that he felt like he got a bit of a spark when he moved to the middle. What does it feel like for you when you kind of get thrown into the center ice position?
Said it from day one, man. Whatever position any of us are asked to play, you step in and do the best of your ability, and whatever it takes to help the team win. And that's kind of been the story of my positions, I guess. And I don't mind whether it's left wing, center, or right. Equally comfortable with all three of them.
Do you have to do anything different to prepare when you're playing center?
No.
Nick Robertson, the work he puts in that maybe we don't get to see every day.
Yeah, I know Nick's been great. I mean, we played together a lot last year, and he's been around for a while, and never. I mean, for the amount of talent he has, he's a guy that you could see scoring 30 goals every year. You watch him in practice, and other than maybe Austin and Willie, he's right behind him in terms of he doesn't miss. Those guys don't miss either, but certainly Nick's right behind him. So he's right there, and he's doing a lot of the other things that come with being an NHL player consistently night in, night out. He's back-checking like crazy, works super hard, which he always has, and his defensive stuff is coming a long way too. So he looks great. I've always loved playing with Nick, and he's got a lot of confidence right now, so it's great to see.
What's it like reuniting with Pacioretty, playing with him?
He's great. I mean, it's not I didn't reunite with him, though. I didn't play with him in Montreal. I missed him, though.
Just as a teammate?
Yeah, no. Patch is the man. He's the ultimate professional. I mean, you see what he does in terms of preparing for games and all that good stuff. Great dude. Obviously been around for a long, long time. Had some good runs, and you forget how good he is in terms of like around the net. He's a big guy too, and for a big guy, he moves really well. So he's a really good piece on our roster right now. We're super happy about that.
How's the focus on the power play tonight?
Simplify, man. Just get shots and first of all, get in the zone. Try and dial in with our face-off structure and whatnot. So compete. We got 5 guys, they got 4. So pretty simple mentality. Move the puck around. When you got a shot, take it and get a dirty one.
How often does Craig accidentally call you Ty?
Not once.
Really? He said he has. Okay.
Not once.
All right. Well, he says he's close with your dad. Like, what has your dad told you about Craig?
No, I think anytime you play against someone, you always have some sort of friendship relationship with them, and they go way back. I think they fought a couple times, so I'm sure they have had some conversations about that. But 2 competitors that, I mean, obviously love the game and have been around the game for a long, long time, and no, it's great. I mean, I think they're super happy to get reconnected, and I'm sure they're telling stories and going back and living back through their careers and stuff. So it's great. Anytime you see those guys get back together, whether it's my dad and someone else or any other alumni guys, it's always awesome because it's just cool to see.
Did you go back and put in YouTube fights between? Have you done that?
No, I don't have that much time on my hands. No.